The Texas Longhorns have been knocking on the door of a national championship over the past 2 years, but they haven't been able to kick the door down. With both years their season ending in similar fashion, a failed series of plays at the goal line. It's obvious that they're close, but let's talk about what's holding them back and why I think this year is going to be different. Before we continue, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. We're going to do more longer form videos like this as the season for college football is fast approaching. So please, if you want to see more stuff like this, please comment down below a team you want to see me talk about and we can talk about them. But other than that, y'all stay tuned for more. So I truly believe this is going to be the Texas Longhorns year this year. Yes, I'm a fan and you might say I'm a homer, but you can't say I'm not realistic at the same time. The program Steve Sarkisian has built is made to be sustainable year after year, no matter how much turnover takes place. In this year's past draft, they had 12 players selected, including their starting quarterback, a Thorpe Award winner, and 2 All-Americans, and 5 All-SEC selections. And I think they might have even more success this season. Why? A couple of things. First thing I would say is roster construction. Ever since Sark's been the head coach of Texas, one thing he's done really well is be able to see what holes need to be filled in their roster and get those reinforcements accordingly to improve in those areas, whether it be through the transfer portal, high school, or simply developing guys. 2 years ago, what held Texas back from probably winning a national championship was poor secondary play. In 2024, Texas probably had the best secondary in the country. And that was due to a combination of developing talent like Jahdae Barron, Michael Taft, Malik Muhammad, Jalen Gilbo, guys like that, plus adding veteran leadership and a guy like Andrew Makuba. He was able to fill holes at the wide receiver spot when guys like A.D. Mitchell and Xavier Worthy and Jordy Whittington all went off to the NFL. He brings in a Matthew Golden. He brings in an Isaiah Bond. Sark did the same thing this offseason, bolstering the weakest part of the Texas roster, which was the special teams, the kicker and the punter, brand new. At this point, he's been able to fine-tune his roster so great to where now Texas is one of the most well-balanced teams in the country year after year. And I think that's exactly what you need in order to win a championship. Look at the 2024 Ohio State, how balanced they were. Look at those Georgia teams when they actually started to match their offense to their defense. And of course, all those Alabama teams over the years. And honestly, the biggest thing is Sark brings in culture guys. He doesn't bring in just anybody who's just talented, who can make a play. He brings in the talented guys, of course, but he brings in guys who fit that Texas culture. And I think that's a problem a lot of programs have nowadays. They just want to bring in anybody, any hot name. But Sark brings in culture guys who are going to be talented, but who are going to fit in with the rest of the guys. When it comes to roster construction, Sark is the top of the country. The next reason why I think Texas should be the title favorites heading into 2025 is their quarterback, Arch Manning. I know he's done nothing to garner the attention and the hype that he's gotten so far. His sample size isn't big enough for all these Heisman and first round pick conversations just yet, but I do think 2 things can be true. Yes, he's probably a little bit overhyped at the moment, but we can still project just how good this guy's gonna be. And if you saw any of Arch Manning last year, no matter the competition, you can see why the hype is there. His ability to connect on the deep ball was something that was missing from Texas, not only last year, but the last few years. And Arch was very good at that. With Sark's offensive mentality, being able to connect on deep balls takes the offense to a whole nother level. Hell, it'll take any offense to a whole nother level. He has a livelier arm than what Quinn had. Also, his ability to be mobile is something that he has that Texas was missing. Not only his ability to run, but just to make plays with his feet and extend plays. And when you extend plays like that, you open up windows for yourself. His pocket awareness is a lot better. His agility is a lot better. So those unnecessary sacks probably won't be taken, which probably means we're not in 3rd and 13 and 3rd and 14 all day long. Those are just some of the attributes I saw that he put onto display, granted in a smaller sample size against lower level competition, but game is game. And I think once he pairs up those assets that he has with the experience, he's going to go to a whole nother level and he's going to take Texas to a whole nother level. Yes, Arch Manning can be the quarterback many are projecting. It's definitely not far-fetched. It may be premature, but I think it's very possible. And if he is, Texas will be great once again in 2025. The third reason as to why I think Texas should be the national title favorites heading into this season is all the experience that Steve Sarkisian himself has been through. I think he's learned a lot. In Sark's first year, the Longhorns found themselves blowing leads week after week after week. Texas had double-digit leads in 8 games that year. 3 of those games they completely blew in horrible fashion, leaving many people wondering if Sark had improved as a coach and if he had the guys bought in. In 2022 and 2023, Texas started winning the games they would normally blow, meaning in those 2 years, big leads were still blown, but Texas did find a way to win those games. Progressing into 2024, those blown leads weren't an issue. However, Texas would get up to big leads and then it would kind of be a stalemate for the majority of the second half. And that's something I didn't like at all, because it was mainly the offense that looked rough in the second half of games and allowed teams to get a sliver of hope, which you never want to do because you see what could happen, the Arizona State game. Now, despite the Ohio State game saying otherwise, I do think Sark's gotten out of his way for the most part when it comes to situational awareness and situational play calling. He's definitely improved. Is there still room for growth? Yes, for sure. Any coach is definitely going to have their what the fuck moments, but I think for the most part, Sark has learned from his situational play calling. He's not being as cute as he normally would be. Don't get me wrong, Sark will every now and then he'll try some shit. We're just like, all right, bro, what are we doing here? And a lot of times, honestly, we just have to live with that. He's a creative play caller. He's a creative coach. That's what makes him so great. So I'm willing to live with those every now and then blunders that he might throw in there. All in all, those reasons make me believe that Texas should be heavy national title contenders, or favorites, I should say, this year. And none of us should be surprised if they do end up winning it all. Y'all let me know down below, what do y'all think about Texas Longhorns? Y'all let me know their record prediction that you have for them. If you have them losing, what games do you have them losing to, and why even? We're going to start doing more videos like this, like I said once again. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will be shooting out more content as college football's fast approaching, man. The off season, we're almost over with the dog days of the off season, and before you know it, we'll be kicking off, and we'll have every Saturday would be links to college football. So y'all let me know. But other than that, this is Jimmy from CFB Enthusiasts, where we bleed college football. We are out. Peace.